Good afternoon, our beloved Professor, Mr. Abdurrahman Faridi. Also, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow classmates of language acquisition. My name is Nur Rahman, and in this video, I will present some of my insights regarding the speech of the Indonesian Minister of Education and Culture and its impact towards general concept of English teaching for the reformation of national education. In relation to this topic, for the current presentation, I'm going to review several notions such as the essence of education, students' level of competence, the diversity of educational environment, and the quality of teachers, as well as its implications towards the English teaching and also some suggestions in relation to such topic. First, let's take a look at the content of the speech. In his speech during the commemoration of the National Education Day, the Minister of Education and Culture of the Indonesian Republic, Mr. Nadim Makariem, elaborated several important concepts which might have some impacts towards the teaching of English. This video will try to explain some of those concepts in terms of the impact on the English teaching and general point of view. The minister proposed that the main concept in relation to education, that is the freedom of learning, or as he called as Merdeka Belajar. This concept has several important points being highlighted that will also be reviewed, especially in relation with the teaching and learning of English. The points being, among others, the essence of education, students' level of competence, the diversity of educational environment, and the quality of teachers. According to the minister's opinion, the essence of education must be able to accommodate the passion of the learners in order to spark the students' curiosity, creativity, and also the adaptation and innovation abilities. In the pursuit of this, the competence level and the educational environment of the students have to be seriously taken into account. In addition, in order to overcome some of the challenges that commonly arise when talking about those two previous points, teacher as the conductor of learning has to possess some adequate qualities. Now let's take a look at some of the implications that the notion of Merdeka Belajar might have on the English teaching and learning process in general. In relation to the English teaching, some of those points will have serious impact towards it. In terms of the essence of education, the English teacher has to design a form of learning that is able to satisfy the student's need in relation with their passion. When the English teachers are able to create the learning environment that is suitable to the students' needs, the objectives of English learning will inevitably be achieved. Moreover, the students' ability in terms of creativity, adaptation, innovation will also be improved in respect to the learning of English. English teacher not only focus on the teaching of the materials, but also on the conformity of those English materials to what is required by the students to achieve their respective goals of English learning. In addition, English teacher must also focus on the students' competence level and the diverse educational environment, as we know that not all students possess the same level of English competence. Moreover, the educational environment is also different from one student to another to some factors such as economic, geographical, cultural, and belief background. Some problems and challenges might arise from these situations, and teachers should be able to overcome them with the teaching competences in possession. In addition, the minister proposed that teachers might divide the classroom into smaller groups with similar level of competence and carry out the teaching process accordingly. Furthermore, the students that are categorized as left behind should get more attention to enable them catching up to the more advanced students. Teachers need to be aware to the educational environment of their students, since it plays an important role in defining the success of students in learning the materials, especially English language. If teachers possess the important qualities required to overcome the challenges, the ultimate goal of learning, especially English language, is not far from reach. Now let's take a look at the suggestions that I propose in relation with our previous discussions. After taking some of the concepts relating to the notion of Merdeka Belajar proposed by the minister into account and trying to understand them heartfully, the impact that it has on the English teaching and learning in the future can simply be likened to the concept of learning that some of the online learning platforms have provided. These online learning platforms enable their users to easily choose the topics or materials which are most relevant to them by providing an experience of interactive exploration on a mobile app that they can take with them wherever they are. The users are also able to choose the level of difficulty and complexity in their learning progress according to their current level of competence. Furthermore, these learning platforms also provide some useful feedbacks to show them the mistakes made, show them the most effective and efficient ways in problem solving, and also provide them with materials that are not only engaging but also challenging in order to further enhance their present abilities. Not only that, the users will also improve their ability to understand the world around them. They can set a goal to improve themselves, then work on that goal a little bit every day. Finally, based on my opinion, in the near future, the English teaching and learning process must incorporate what those online learning platforms have gotten amazingly correct about educating their users. And all of the stakeholders in education, including teachers and parents, should also collaborate to implement some of the best learning concepts acquired from the online learning platforms into the formal form of education, that is school, for the betterment of our national education. Simply said, the process of education is more to be organic rather than mechanistic, as Sir Kenneth Robinson has repeatedly stated. I think that's all from me. It has important if there's any mistakes or inconvenience in this presentation. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.